Welcome back. From the home workshop to the factory floor, the bandsaw is one of the most popular power tools around. In place of a traditional saw blade, it has a toothed metal band that moves continuously in a loop around 2 or 3 rotating wheels. It can make straight, curved and angled cuts. This is an industrial bandsaw designed to cut wood, aluminium and composite materials such as plexiglass. It can cut pieces up to 30 centimeters thick and can equally divide a board up to 1 meter wide. The tabletop also tilts to a maximum of 45 degrees for angled cuts. It's made of sturdy cast iron. The bandsaw manufacturer gets iron from a nearby foundry, then uses a rotary grinder to make the surface, which you can see on the right, smooth and shiny. One of the saw's key components is the lower bearing case. It links the motor to the lower of 2 cast iron wheels, which turn the saw blade. Later, that lower wheel will be mounted on one end of the bearing case shaft. But first, they must put the drive pulley on the opposite end of the shaft. The motor will rotate the drive pulley, which will turn the shaft and therefore the lower wheel on the opposite end. This wheel moves the saw blade, which is also looped around the upper wheels. All those wheels need a rubber edge to ensure the blade moves smoothly and doesn't slip. Workers position a guide over the first wheel, then slip a rubber band onto the guide. Next, the edge of the wheel and the rubber band are coated with a contact cement adhesive. Then, they carefully pull the rubber band off the guide, flip it over and press the glued side against the glued surface of the wheel. The first wheel now has a rubberized edge. They repeat the procedure for the second wheel. In the meantime, another department has welded the bandsaw's steel cabinet. After the cabinet has been painted, workers begin installing the various components, among them the support assembly for the upper wheel. The upper wheel is mounted on this wall. At the bottom of the wall, they install the support for the lower wheel, which protrudes forward through a hole. This support is the shaft of the lower bearing case, the side opposite to the drive pulley. After mounting the lower wheel, they go behind the wall to install an electric motor right below the lower bearing case. They link the two with a pair of belts. So now when the motor runs, the pulley rotates and the lower wheel turns. Next, they bolt in the tabletop. It tilts on trunnions, pairs of semicircular cast iron supports. One is attached to the table's underside and the other to the cabinet's table frame. Now for the most critical part of the assembly process, aligning the wheels. Workers use this jig as a precision guide. The wheels must be perfectly balanced to keep the saw blade stable while it's cutting. Once the alignment's complete, workers remove the jig and loop the steel saw blade around the 2 wheels. They adjust the blade's tension by setting the gauge to the width of the table. And finally, they mount the bearings above the tabletop, which guide the blade. Without these, the blade would wobble or drift offline due to the force of cutting through the wood or other hard materials. Now just a final check to ensure everything runs smoothly and make absolutely sure that this bandsaw is up to speed when it comes to cutting construction materials and not fingers.